Good morning, friends. So I thought everyone watched previous video, last video, and in that class I explained you about introduction about force. The force means I told you already. A push or pull is acting on a body. A push or a pull is acting on a body is called as force. Okay. So you know all of you the force which is used in your daily life. Okay. Whenever you open your door, you should pull the door and close. So push the door. Okay. Chair, lifting the chair. While you're writing, you're playing, you're walking, you're bathing, you're eating, so you're brushing, everything we are applying force. Okay. So the force, for example, so whenever you are using in your daily life, for example, so what is force definition I already given. Force, okay, a push or pull acting on a body, it's called as force. Force. Okay. This force may be different types of force applying different types of forces. So, a push or pull acting on a body. In that, what happens here? A push or a pull. Okay. For example, we are digging borewell. Digging borewell is what we are applying here. So, digging borewell. So here push and pull we are applying. It is a pulling. So a fruit falling towards the ground, towards the earth. A fruit is falling from tree. What is here? What is the push or pull acting on here? We have identified a push or pull acting on here. Okay, and so rubbing blackboard. Rubbing blackboard. So when you are rubbing blackboard, So what happened here? What are you doing here? Pushing and pulling both. Okay. So pulling and pushing. So rubbing blackboard. Okay. So like that we are applying different types of push and pull. Opening door. So open the door. So flag casting. How can flag casting? In August 15 and January 26, where flag casting celebration we are doing now. At the time what we are doing? So here, what are you doing? Here pulling the flag. Okay. So we are pushing and pulling. So we are applying force on the object. So digging borewell. So we are pulling. So pushing towards the earth. So and also fruit is falling tree. This attracting towards the earth. This is a pulling towards it. And blackboard we are pushing. So opening the door. We are opening the door, pushing. So like that. The pull and push both are acting on a body. Then it is said to be we are applying the force. Okay. So next. So what are the effects of force? What are the effects of force? Effects of force. How many effects are there? What are the effects of force? Effects of force. So effects means how it is affected on a body. So when your force is applied on a body, so it will affect it definitely. So maybe shape changes. Maybe speed is increases, maybe it will be change its height, it may be changes different dimensions, and also sometimes it may be decreases speed or increases speed, so it may be squeezing the body. So what happens? These are all those things. Whatever you are doing, these are those things are called as effects of force. So when we apply the force on the body may change some effects will be occurring on the body. That is first of all, the force by applying force. What happens by applying force? We are the motion of a body. When the body is in rest, we set into motion. Okay. So when the body is in rest, set into motion. Set into motion. When the body is already in motion, what happens when you apply force? For example, a car is moving on the road. When you apply the brakes, what happens? It will be stops. Okay. Body motion. When the body is in motion, set into make them to rest. Stop the body. When the body is in motion, you can stop the body. You can stop the body. Stop the body. Set into motion or make them to stop by applying force. So by applying force, we make them to body into the motion as well as we make them into rest position also. Stop the body by applying force. So body is in rest position. Set into motion. Where? What happens next? For example, you are going on a cycle. We apply force on the pedals. What happens? Speed of the bicycle increase. We may increase or decrease the speed. Increasing or decreasing. Increasing or decreasing the speed. Increasing or decreasing the speed. Okay. And change the directions. Change the direction. Change the direction. Change the direction. For example, you are going on a bike. At the turnings, how can you change the direction? By applying force on the pedals, we can change the direction of the vehicle. Yes? Okay. And also, squeeze the body. Squeezing the body. By applying force on the body, maybe squeeze. Apply the force on duster. Will be on the clothes. At the time, whenever you wash, after washing clothes, you can squeeze the cloths. Then what happens? We get out the water. So water will get out from the cloth by squeezing. So these all are when we apply the force on the body. These all are happening due to applying force on the body. Okay? Effects of force. The force is applying on a body. The body is in rest. Make them set into motion. For example, chalk is in rest position. To apply force on the chalk, what happens? Set into motion. The body is in rest position. Make them set. But for example, vehicles are moving. If we are moving on a car or a bike, what happens? You apply the brake, the body will be stops. Okay, next, increasing or decreasing the speed. We are applying force on the pedals of the vehicle, on the pedals of bicycle. What happens? We may increase the speed. Okay, change the directions. We apply the force on the pedals. For example, pedals on the handle. When we are turning, we can change the direction. And also, for example, we are playing carrom board coins. When you push it, so just apply the force on the striker. We make different directions. Okay, that is squeezing the body. Squeeze means we apply the force. Squeeze or bending, squeezing. So iron wire will be there. You can apply the force on it. It will be bending, squeezing. Change the shape, size. Everything will be happening due to applying force. So this is about the effects of force. By applying force, it is affected. By applying force, it is happening due to the effects of force. The body which is in rest, make them set into motion. The body already is in motion. By applying force, the body will be stops. We can increase or decrease the speed of vehicle and also change the direction of the body. Squeezing or bending or change the shape and size. Everything happens due to effects of force. Okay. Next. Types of forces. Types of forces. For example, you want to do the brush. You want to press the toothpaste. So whenever you press the toothpaste, should apply force with your hand on the toothpaste. The paste will be come out from the toothpaste. Okay. So mouth of the toothpaste. So without applying force, without touching, it is happening? No, nothing will be happen. When you throw the ball, without touching the ball and hand, is happening? No. Not right on the board. So there is a contact between the chalkpiece and your fingers. So there should be contact. There should be contact. The force is applying with a contact on a body is called as contact force. Okay. There are two types of force are there. There are two types of forces. Two types of forces. One is a contact force. There is contact force. Second one is a non-contact force. Non-contact force. Contact force and non-contact force. Okay. So many examples are there. Force. When you are applying force, so many examples. Whatever you are doing activities, so there should be a contact. There should be a contact. So whenever you throw a ball on the ground, the ball is rolling some distance. After some time, it stops. There should be contact between the ball and the earth. Then it will be stops. For example, take a nail, take an iron nail, and we can place in front of the magnet. What happens? The nail is attracted to the magnet. What happens when it is attracting? So there is no contact. Even though there is no contact, it will be attracting. So without contact, also the bodies are attracting. This is called as a non-contact force. For example, a fruit is falling from a tree towards the earth. Without a chalk piece height, what happens? It will be fall towards the earth. There is no contact between the earth and the fruit. Even it is falling towards the earth. Why it is happening? Because gravitational force is also a non-contact force. What is contact force? So without contact, the force is acting on the body. It's called as contact force or non-contact force. The force is acting on a body without any contact. There is a contact, here there is no contact. So without contact, the force is acting on a body. The force is acting on a body without any physical contact. Without any physical contact. The force is acting on a body, then it is said to be a contact force. There is a contact. There is a with contact. So it is acting with a physical contact. Okay, with a physical contact. There is said to be with a physical contact. Without means with a physical contact. There should be a contact force. Contact. There should be a contact. The job is, if I want to write on the board, there should be a contact between the fingers and the chalk piece. It should be a contact force. Okay. The force is acting on a body with a physical contact. Then said to be a contact force. Okay. So writing, when you are writing with your chalk piece, there should be a finger, touch the fingers with your chalk piece. It is a contact force. And also, if you want to brush, so then there should be contact. When you are bathing, also should be contact with your fingers. So that all are contact forces. Next, non-contact force. Non-contact force means the force which is acting on body without any physical contact. The force is acting on a body. The force is acting on a body without any physical contact. Without any physical contact. Without any physical contact, then it is said to be a non-contact force. Okay, there should be contact. When you are applying force on the body with physical contact, then it is said to be a contact force. So the force acting on a body on the body without any physical contact, then it is said to be a non-contact force. So you know an example for contact forces or non-contact forces. So there should be a contact force means, so muscular force is one of the example for contact force, and also frictional force is one of the example for contact force. Okay, normal force, tensional force. These four are the contact forces. What are the contact force examples? So these four types are there. One is so muscular force and frictional force. Muscular force, come frictional force, come on, normal force, and the fourth one is tensional force. These four are example for non-contact forces. Okay, so for muscular force, so now muscular force, frictional force, normal force, tensional force. These four are the contact force. With contact only we can apply the force on the body. So for example, I hold the chalk piece without muscles of your body. Without muscles, there should be a contact. Frictional force, the force through the ball. So I explain each and every force specially afterwards. Okay, next class I explain about this. Okay, next the force acting on your body without any physical contact. Without any physical contact, I supposed to apply force. So there should be there are non-contact forces. Non-contact force. What are the non-contact forces? Non-contact forces are okay, gravitational force, magnetic force. So 1, 2 gravitational force, third one is the magnetic force, gravitational force and electrostatic force. Electrostatic force. So magnetic force, gravitational force and electrostatic force. These are the non-contact forces. Okay. Types of muscular force, frictional force, normal force, tensional force. Okay. Contact force means what? The force is acting on a body without with physical contact. Okay. Again, the force is acting on body with a physical contact. There should be a physical contact. Then only the force is acting. The examples are muscular force, frictional force, normal force, tensional force. The force is acting on a body without any physical contact. Then it's said to be a non-contact force. Magnetic force, gravitational force, electrostatic force. These are the types of non-contact forces. The types of contact forces. Okay. So there are two types of forces are there: contact force and non-contact forces. Okay. What is force? What is the force? The force is a pull or push is acting on a body, or the force which is acting on a body which tries to change its speed, change the direction, change the shape, change the direction, and all those things are happening. They are called as effects of force. What are the effects of force? By applying force, a push or pull acting on a body is called as force. What are the effects of force? Due to force, when the body is in rest, we make them into motion. We set into motion. When the already is in motion, the body already in motion, we stop the body. And also we can increase the speed or decrease the speed. We may increase or decrease the speed of an object by applying force. Fourth point, we may change the direction. May change the direction of the by applying force. We change the direction. By applying force, we can squeeze the body. By applying force, we can bend the body. By applying force, we can change shape and size. Okay, first one. By applying force, we can make them to body set into motion. We may stop the body by applying force. Okay. By applying force, we may increase or decrease the speed. By applying force, we can change the direction. By applying force, we can change the shape, size. By applying force, we can squeeze the body. By applying force, change the shape and position and state. It's all happening due to effects of force. Next, how many types of force are there? Two types. What are the? Contact and non-contact. What is contact force? The force which is acting on the body with a direct physical contact. With a direct physical contact. It's called physical contact. It's called contact force. And muscle force. Example 70. What are the examples for contact forces? Muscle force, frictional force, normal force, tensional force. So it is example for contact forces. What are non-contact force? The force is acting on a body without any physical contact. It's called non-contact force. What are the non-contact forces? Example for gravitational force, magnetic force, and electrostatic force. Okay, students, everyone. Students, so everyone should go to the textbook now. So read this lesson, read the force lesson, and also write down class 1 and homework. What I am giving that. Okay. So today, explain effects of force. Force. Okay. Question 1. So homework. So explain effects of force. Explain effects of force. Second one. So define contact. Then contact force. Non-contact force. Define contact force and non-contact force. Okay, students. So what I explained you, the lesson, what I explained you, the lesson should go to the lesson. Textbook, you should follow the textbook. Read the textbook. Watch the video. Place the textbook with you. Keep the textbook with you, and read each and every line. And also, if you not have a textbook, watch the video carefully, and also you should write down classwork. By watching video, you should write the classwork, and also you should write the homework. After completion of every class, I will do 2 questions. Explain effects of force, define contact and non-contact forces. So answer these 2 questions also. Answer these 2 questions. Must, if you not write the classwork or homeworks, what happens? So nothing will happen. But if you came to the schools are reopened. At the time, I make them you to write in the class. If you not listen the class, if you lose the classes, as well as extra burden to you. That's why you should write it now itself. While watching video, you should write the classwork as well as homework. So this is the topic about force, introduction of force, and force, effects of force, and types of forces. So next class I am going to explain. So I explain each and every force. Separately I will explain it. Muscular force, what is muscular force, what is frictional force, what is normal force, what is tensional force, what is magnetic force, what is gravitational force, what is electrostatic force. I explain each and every force in next class. Okay. So thank you every student. Thank you very much.